Beans was working in his workshop one quiet morning, tinkering with a tiny engine, when something strange happened. Out of the corner of his eye, he noticed a shimmering shape dart past the window. He shook his head, thinking it was a trick of the light, but then it happened again. Curious, he set down his wrench and stepped outside. Standing near the edge of the forest was a figure unlike anything Beans has ever seen. She was tall and radiant, with floor-glowing white eyes, long horns with smaller horns sprouting from them, a shimmering cape that seemed to float, and hoofed feet. Beans stared, unsure if he should be amazed or terrified. The figure turned her gaze to him. "You can see me?" she asked, her voice soft yet commanding. Bean's jaw dropped. "You're real? Are you a Meeple?" She nodded slowly. "I am Lumina, guardian of the fairies and protector of this forest's magic. Few creatures can see us Meeple, but you are different." Beans puffed out his chest. "I knew it. Everyone said I was crazy for believing in Meeple, but here you are." Lumina smiled faintly, but her expression soon turned serious. "I am here for a reason. The fairies are under my care, and they're in danger. A dark presence has disturbed their sanctuary, and I must restore balance, but I can't do it alone." Beans hesitated. "You need my help? But I'm just a raccoon mechanic. What can I do?" Lumina's eyes glowed brighter. "You may see yourself as small, but your belief in the unseen and your resourcefulness make you unique. Will you stand with me to protect the fairies?" Bean swallowed hard but nodded. "Okay, what do you need me to do?" Lumina gestured towards the forest. "The disturbance lies deep within. Follow me and do not stray." Together they ventured into the forest as the trees grew denser and the air became colder and heavier. And soon they reached a small clearing where the swarm of frightened fairies darted around, their delicate wings glowing faintly in the dim light. And in the center of the clearing stood the source of their fear, a large, shadowy creature with glowing red eyes and sharp claws. Beans froze. "That thing is huge!" "Stay brave," Lumina said, stepping forward, her glowing eyes fixed on the beast. "You do not belong here. Leave this place!" The creature roared, shaking the trees, but Lumina stood her ground. Beans noticed the creature's shadowy form seemed to be tied to the roots on the ground. "Lumina," Beans called. "I think it's connected to that root." Lumina nodded. "Then sever it, brave raccoon. I will keep it at bay." As Lumina unleashed a beam of light from her glowing eyes, forcing the creature to retreat, Beans darted towards the root. Using his sharp edge of his wrench, he hacked at it with all his strength. With a final swing, the root snapped and the shadowy creature dissolved into the air, leaving only silence behind. The fairies emerged from their hiding places, their lights brighter than ever. They swirled around Lumina and Beans, their soft hums like music. "You did it," Lumina said, her voice warm. "You saved the fairies." Beans grinned, still catching a breath. "I couldn't have done it without you. That was the coolest thing ever." Lumina placed a hoof hand on his shoulder. "You have a brave heart, Beans. Thank you for your help. The fairies will not forget this." As the fairies danced around them, Lumina began to fade, her glowing form blending in with the lights of the forest. "Goodbye, brave one," she said softly. Beans waved as she disappeared, a smile on his face. "Goodbye, Lumina." Walking back to his workshop, Beans couldn't stop grinning. He may have been a small raccoon, but today he had proven to himself that even the smallest creatures can make a big difference.